Good afternoon, Prof. Pao. Good afternoon, everyone. We are here to discuss about Region 3, Central Luzon, about its history, provinces, capital city, different attraction, different festivals, its custom and culture, tradition and ethnic groups. Let us start.
Region 3, which is the Central Luzon, known for its nickname as the rice granary of the Philippines. Central Luzon contains the largest plain in the country, with its agricultural plains accounting for about 40% of the region's area. It produces most of the country's rice supply, earning itself the nickname Rice Bowl of the Philippines or Rice Granary of the Philippines. This region comprises of 7 provinces. So what are those? We have the Aurora, Bataan, Bulacan, Nueva Ecija, Pampanga, Tarlac, and Zambales, as well as the two highly urbanized cities, which is the Angeles City and Olongapo City. Furthermore, Region 3 is the third biggest region in the Philippines. Next slide, please. Central Luzon region can be found in the north of Manila, the nation's capital. To the north are Ilocos, Cordillera Administrative Region, and Cagayan Valley. To the south are the National Capital Region, Calabarzon, and Manila Bay. To the west is the South China Sea, and to the east is the Philippine Sea. There are 14 cities which include Balanga in Bataan, Malolos, May Kawayan, and San Jose del Monte in Bulacan, Gabaratuan, Gapan, Muñoz, Palayan, and San Jose in Nueva Ecija, Angeles, Mabalacan, and San Fernando in Pampanga, Tarlac, Interlac, and Olongapo in Zambales. Central Luzon produces the most rice in the whole country. Excess rice is delivered and imported to other provinces of the Philippines. The city of San Fernando in Pampanga is the regional center. Next slide, please. So on this segment, you can see the summary data of Central Luzon.
These are the provinces in the Region 3 Central Luzon. First, the Bulacan area. The broad middle plains of the island of Luzon, 7 provinces are organized into the third administrative region in the Philippines, known as Central Luzon, mostly for administrative convenience. Bulacan is also known as the gateway to the northern PH. It is established on August 15, 1578, noted as a land of heroes, beautiful women, progressive cooperatives, small and medium-scale industries. It is also known for excellent craftsmanship in making jewelries, leather crafts, bundle hats, pyrotechnics, bone inlaid furnitures, and garments. Next, Nueva Ecija, also known as the Rice Bowl of the Philippines. In the Central Luzon region of the Philippines, Nueva Ecija, also known as the province of Nueva Ecija, is a landlocked province. Its main local government unit is the city of Palayan, while Cabanatuan its historical capital. Nueva Ecija is the center of agricultural research and production in the Philippines. It is known as the Rice Bowl of the Philippines, with rice, corn, and onion as its main agricultural products. The area also grows mango, banana, eggplant, and garlic. The Bataan Province. Bataan Province is also known for its historical places. The Philippine island of Luzon contains the province of Bataan. The seas of Subic Bay of its northwest coast are dotted with shipwrecks and coral reefs. At the Pawikan Conservation Center, further south, marine turtle eggs are laid. In the heart of Bataan, Mount Samat is crowned by a colossal memorial cross and a shrine honoring the Battle of Bataan during World War II. The next one is Pampanga. Pampanga is also known as culinary capital of the Philippines. So as you guys are familiar with, Pampanga was known as they offer some of the Filipino dishes. We can see this in our local markets, like the Pampanga's Best, which has varieties of food like tocino, longanisa, and many more. This is also the place that we featured in our last project, the tour packages, because aside from food, Pampanga also offers best spots to come up with. Pampanga is the province in the Philippines, northwest of Manila. The next one is Tarlac. Tarlac is known for its fine foods and rice plantations, also known as Balen capital of the Philippines. Tarlac has fine cooking scene due to its position as the crossroads of 4 major cultures, and it also offers landscape, golf course, plus so many other attractions. Tarlac has a wide variety of one town, one product or OTOP products, which include ilang-ilang essential oils, muscovado sugar, crocheted garments, sweet potato crunchies, corn crunch, okra, processed meat, like the famous burong babi and pindang, chicharon, and many more. Zambales. Zambales is known for its beaches and coves. Zambales is the second largest province in Central Luzon, which covers an area of 361,103 hectares. The most popular activities here are surfing and camping. The name of the province is derived from its earliest inhabitants, the Zambals, whom the Spanish found worshipping spirits called Anitos. The last one is Aurora. The Aurora Rising is also known as the gateway to Pacific. A province in the Philippines called Aurora is situated on the eastern shore of the Philippine Sea in the Central Luzon region. Aurora was formerly a part of the province of Quezon before 1979. Its natural attractions includes picture-perfect spots, waterfalls, lush greenery on mountainsides, and panoramic beaches. Aurora is known as the 73rd province in the Philippines and the youngest of the 7 provinces in Central Luzon and the fast becoming known for its natural wonders. These are the capitals of the provinces that I have mentioned a while ago.
So here's a custom and tradition, religion, and Tarlac. Tarlac, Pampanga learned how to concert harmony despite their different cultural backgrounds. As a result, Tarlac served as the birthplace of outstanding individuals in every field of endeavor. The late Benigno S. Aquino Jr., the national modern hero, and Carlos P. Romulo, the former Union Secretary General, were the leading figures. Leonardo Rivera at the Camiling Tarlac, popularly known as Maria Clara, in Jose Rizal book, No Limitang Hero, was another important individual. Next. The religion of Tarlac, the Philippines government records show the Christianity in the most prevalent religion in the city. Pampanga. Pampanga food and Christmas parade are two things that Pampanga is well known for. Lanterns, visitors passing to Pampanga come across a wide variety of rice cakes, sweet snack, and delicacies. To mention a few, there are street ritas, Turtones di Kasoy and Sans Rival, Burong, Babi, Taba ng Talangka, and Camaro among other food items. Next. Custom and tradition in Nueva Ecija. Every municipality holds a grandiose fiesta celebration to show of how humble and devoted the locals are to their patron saint. This is best demonstrated in Bibiklat, Aligaw, where the legendary Taong Putik or Nagsasan one rite is held on June 24 in honor of Saint John the Baptist. Religion of Nueva Ecija, Christianity conversion. Nueva Ecija was founded by Augustinian missionaries in keeping with the history of Hypnation in the rest of Philippine archipelago. In Gapan, the first mission was founded in 1995. Next, custom and tradition of Bataan. The province holds an annual celebration of Bataan Day every April 9, where veterans and their families to go Mount Samat from all over the nation remember the past and honor that valor of heroes who give their lives in defense of freedom. Religion of Bataan, Church of Rome, religion Roman Catholics, which is practiced by 85.46% of the inhabitants of Bataan, is the most common religion among the several organizations to which the people belong. Iglesia Ni Cristo, 4.47%, Evangelicals, 2.0%, Aglipayan, 1.60%, and other groups. Next. Zambales has many traditions, one of which includes their festival, one of which is the Dynamulag Fest. The Zambales Mango Festival, also known as Dynamulag Festival, is an annual celebration held in the Philippine province of Zambales to honor or promote the abundant mango production in the region. In 1999, the festival made its debut. Zambales is home to various ethnic groups in the Philippines. Many spoke Tagalog. In Zambales, the majority of households, 37.84%, identified as Tagalog. Next. Custom and tradition in Bulacan. It is well known at Bulacan in the home of brave people, standing ladies, forward things, cooperatives, and small and medium-sized business. Additionally, it is renowned for its superb craftsmanship in the production of clothing furniture. Bulacan faith religion, 83% of people identify as Roman Catholic, 9% as Protestant, 5% as Muslim, 3% as Buddhism, and other Bulacan ethnic group. In Bulacan, the majority of households, 94% identified as Tagalog-speaking. Other groups include Bisaya, Binasaya, 2.22%, and Bicol, 1.95%. Ilocanos as Cebuanos were among the other ethnic groups with respective percentage of 1.08 and 0.75%. Traditional Aurora presented on February 19, Aurora Day in Baler. Aurora the Suela is an interplay of drama and dance, taking 3 days to complete, although it could be shortened to a day. The Zarzuela performed here is composed of several acts that revolve around the main theme of Moro Moro of Muslim Christian conflict. Culture in Aurora, the town of Aurora, proudly celebrates arts and culture and acknowledge its integral role in fostering community engagement and civic pride. Arts and culture have developed strong networks and gives the community a sense of belonging. The involvement, religion, the people in Aurora are highly Christianized. Ethnic groups, Tagalog 53%, Ilocano 31%, Kankanaey 16%. Next.
So here are the attractions in Bulacan. First stop is the Puning Cave. When visiting this cave, pack light and wear comfortable clothes and proper footwear, as the trek can be a bit of challenge. Prepare to squeeze through narrow paths and wade into spring water. Next is the Bacas River. Another stop in North Zagaray, Bulacan that you should add to your list is Bacas River. It is believed that the markings left on some of the rocks along the river bank are the footprints of Bernardo Carpio, a legendary being with superhuman strength. This is where the river got its name. Bacas means trace in Filipino. Next, Grotto of Our Lady of Lourdes. If it reminds you of the Rosary Basilica and the Sanctuary of Our Lady of Lourdes in France, that's because the grotto was built as a tribute to the famous French Pomegranate site. Anita Guanzon was diagnosed with cancer, but was cured after bathing in Lourdes waters in France. After that, the Guanzon family converted their 20-hectare farm into the grotto that you can visit today. Next is the Biak Bato Park. Today, the park serves as a getaway for those who want to connect with nature by doing hiking tours and explore rock formations, caves, and rivers. Wear comfortable clothes and shoes on your visit, as some areas requires a bit of a trek to reach. Next, attractions in Nueva Ecija. First up, we have the Minalungaw National Park. Minalungaw is perfect place for everyone who wants to escape the stressful city and just unwind with a breath of fresh air. There are countless activities to do here, like trekking, hiking, bird watching, and monkey viewing. Well, something you shouldn't miss is the Sumakbao River Cruise Adventure, in a bamboo raft where you'll be able to witness its crystal clear waters surrounded by towering rock formations. Next is the NFA Museum. The NFA Museum sits in the Right Province, being the rice greenery of the Philippines. Visiting here will give you the chance to learn more about rice production, various farming practices, and the tools used. The museum should make up to your Nueva Ecija tourist spot list. Next, Camp Pangatian War Memorial Shrine is one of the best historical tourist spots in Nueva Ecija. It was an American shrine but turned into a concentration camp during the Japanese invasion. Today, it commemorates the heroism of both Filipino and American soldiers who fought the Japanese army during World War II. Next is the Aloha Falls. Huge boulders and rock formations are scattered along its bank. Swimming and cliff diving down the wide, cold, and refreshing basin are the best thing to do here. But be warned that it is also deep. It is a picnic grove among adventure seekers where one has to pass through rocky and grassy terrains, boulders, and small rivers. It is also a great side trip destination for mountain climbers traversing from Mount 387. Next, attractions in Tarlac. First is the ANZAP or ASEAN New Zealand Afforestation Program. Twin Falls cascades towards a beautiful catch basin for more than 200 feet. Trekking to the falls will lead you into the lush forest of Tarlac, home to the endangered flora and fauna species. It is a perfect getaway for those who want to escape the lowland heat. Anzap Twin Falls is a hidden Tarlac tourist spot. Next is the Monasterio de Tarlac. It is one of the favorite pilgrimage destinations in Tarlac, located on the site that is 300 meters above sea level. It boasts of a towering statue of this Jesus Christ overlooking Tarlac's plains. The statue signifies the Catholic faith of the people. It is one of the most frequented tourist spots in Tarlac. Next, Bolsa River. Enjoy riding the rushing waters while you catch sight of rustic sceneries along the way. There are also stopovers where you can swim, blob hop, or stone jump. The wild waters of Bulsa River are categorized as Class 2, which means that it affords just the right amount of adventure and kick for beginners. Next is the Tarlac Recreational Park. The huge facility also comes with plenty of outdoor activities like mountain biking, ATV, and drone buggy riding, zipline, airsoft, rappelling, fishing, kayaking, swimming, camping, and more. Surely a great destination for family bonding or barkada outing. Next. Next is the attractions in Pampanga. First stop is the Sandbox. Blow off the stress from the week and go on a weekend of 3 activities at Sandbox in Porac, Pampanga. The Outdoor Adventure Park has a number of adventure zones you can choose from, such as Giant Swing, the Aerial Walk Challenge, the Avatar One, and the Avatar Tower, which includes the wall climbing zone. Sandbox also offers ATV and mini ATV rides, camping sites, and kiddie playgrounds. Next is the Nayong Filipino. The Nayong Filipino Clark is cultural park featuring themed areas of Filipino Culture at the Clark Freeport Zone in Mabalacat, Pampanga. Go on a field trip around the whole Philippines in just one place at Nayon Filipino inside Clark Freeport Zone. The park features replicas of tourist spots, historical sites, ancestral homes, and native villages from all over the Philippines. Next. Attractions in Pampanga, the Zucovia Fun Zoo. There are other activities in Zucovia as well as enjoy a camel ride up a hill, go on a thrilling ATV ride, feel the wind on your face while on the zip line, and go on downhill drive with gravity car. Next is the Miamit Falls. Miamit Falls have strong and powerful current that fill a basin of clear and cool water perfect for swimming. Miamit Falls continues to inspire awe from adventure seekers who happen to stumble upon this largely undiscovered charm at the heart of Porac. Next. Attractions in Bataan. First stop is the Las Casas Filipinas de Acuzar. Las Casas Filipinas de Acuzar has three types of walking tours: weekday walking tour, weekday premier heritage tour, and weekend walking heritage tour. The tour guides who are wearing traditional Filipino clothing will walk you through the entire property and tell you the unique stories and history of each casa. Discover the hidden hallways and secret sliding doors in old Ilocano homes. Next is the Mariveles Five Fingers. There are a lot of activities to do in Five Fingers like trekking, cliff diving, snorkeling, kayaking, swimming, and sunset by the beach. Next, the Shrine of Balor. The memorial cross is 301 feet tall and features the bas reliefs of the country's national heroes, like Dr. Jose Rizal, Andres Bonifacio, Emilio Aguinaldo, Antonio Luna, Lapu-Lapu, and Gabriela Sinang, to name a few. The stunning sculptures also include key historical events of the Philippines, including the execution of Dr. Jose Rizal and the Battle of Bataan. Next is the Bataan National Park. It's the home of several wildlife species, including giant fruit bats, wild monkeys, wild boars, civet cats, eagles, and woodpeckers. Thousands of fruit-bearing trees, including coffee, jackfruit, guayabano, and lanzones. Next, the Inflatable Island Subic. Inflatable Island is essentially a big playground set above the open sea in Subic built for kids and kids at heart. From shaky bridges to the crowd favorite Tarzan swing, you'll never run out of obstacles here. Next is the Putiput Island. There are no resorts in the island, but there are a few cottages, shower rooms, and toilets. It is possible to circle around the island for 30 minutes. This is a paradise island for beach lovers who just want to relax away from the hassle and bustle of the city. Next, attractions in Zambales. First up is the Nawangin Cove. Swimming, trekking, camping, stargazing, and building bonfires are the fun things to do in the beach. Few years back, Anawangin Cove is just a rocky beach, but after the eruption of Mount Pinatubo, ashes covered the area and agoho trees began to grow. Next is the Ramon Magsaysay Ancestral House. The Ancestral House is a two-story building that functions as a museum. It contains the old furniture, books, pictures, medals, appliances, and personal belongings of the former president. A vintage car can also be found at the back of the house, which is said to be in the good running condition. Experience a brief history and heritage of the province by visiting this house full of old treasure. Next, the Aurora, attractions in Aurora. First up is the Balete Park. The park contains a 600-year-old balete tree that was designated the official millennium tree of the Philippines. Due to its age, the tree's thick roots have grown above ground, such that caves have formed under various sections of the trunk. This unique tree has generated national media attention and is now the most visited tourist spot in Aurora. Next is the Dagusit Beach. Balar might be better known for its waves, but it also has beaches with unique features such as Dagusit Beach, the rock formation and islets known as Anyao, rock formation and Lukso-Lukso islets, or simply Dagusit islets, nestled along the shore of Dagusit Beach. Next, Di Tomabo Falls. The Di Tomabo Falls is about 50 meters high and falls on a 30-meter wide basin which provides a natural cold swimming pool. This falls is the best way to refresh yourselves on a hot summer day in Baler after you already had an overdose of salt water when surfing along the shores of Sabang Beach. Next is the Museo de Baler. This museum displays artifacts and paintings about the history of Aurora, exhibits on the ethnic groups Dumagat and Ilongot, and photos and memorabilia of the native son Manuel L. Quezon, the second Philippine president. There is a section regarding of Siege of Baler, which with some film props from the local film Baler.
Festivals in Nueva Ecija. Arakyao Festival. The name Arakyao is said to have come from Heracilio, the name of bishop during the time of Constantine the Great. The first Arakyao presentation took place in the town of Peñaranda, Nueva Ecija, over 120 years ago, before modern musical instruments were available. The bands used instruments made from indigenous materials like bamboo. According to Francisco Vergara Padilla, director of the Arakyao group in the barangay of Santo Tomas in Peñaranda, during his grandfather's time, they used basins and utensils as a substitute. The festival dates back to the Spanish colonial period and is celebrated with a theatrical or religious presentation similar to Spanish Zarzuela, dramatizing the spread of Christianity in the country and the war between Christians and Muslims. The Arakel Festivals is a celebration traditionally held every May in Nueva Ecija. The festival dates back to the Spanish colonial period and is celebrated in a religious presentation. Next slide, please. Pandawan Festival. The Pandawan Festival made its debut in April 2008, showcasing many local talents as well as other entertainments. Tourists like to visit, especially the water sports enthusiasts for jet skiing, boat riding, and even bass fishing. The memories and legends of the old town are depicted by Pandabangan's child folk painter Elito V. Sirca on his alamat ni Mingan or Legend of the Mingan. Using his blood and hair on his painting, Tagalog is predominantly spoken in Pandabangan, followed by Ilocano dialect. Festivals in Bulacan. Luyang Dilaw. Luyang Dilaw or Halamang Dilaw festival celebrated the town's prosperity by paying tribute to nature's wondrous root crop called Luyang Dilaw or the turmeric ginger. The said Bulacan festival is not complete without funfairs, exhibits, contests, concerts, street dancing, and many more. Luyang Dilaw or Halamang Dilaw festivals. Legend has it that turmeric ginger was a super abundant crop in this part of Bulacan in the old days. The old folks then referred to this place as Luyang Dilaw or yellow ginger. The Halamang Dilaw festival is celebrated annually during the month of May to pay tribute to nature. It is also where the town derived its name Marilao. Next slide, please. The next is Liputan Fluvial Parade. This Bulacan festival is known for the Fluvial Parade, celebrating the Kapistahan ng Mahal na Senyor or the Feast of the Mahal na Senyor. This is usually held every first or second Sunday of May, depending on the time. It starts early in the morning, where the image of the Mahal na Senyor is placed on a big makeshift boat called a pagoda. It is accompanied by parishioners on bangka or smaller boats and sails across the Mikawayan River. It ends with the Mahal na Senyor and the parishioners going to the Holy Mass held at the St. Francis of Assisi Parish Church in downtown Mikawayan, more commonly known as the Mikawayan Church. Of all fiestas in Mikawayan, the fiestas of Liputan is the most extravagant, lively, and well-known. Starts early in the morning when the image of the Holy Cross and the Virgin are placed on their carriage and then taken to the city on a big makeshift boat called a pagoda.
Festivals in Pampanga. First is the Sinocuan Festival. Ating Sinocuan or King Sinocuan is a god of the ancient Kapampangans. The celebration participated by representatives of different towns of Pampanga. Sinocuan Festival celebrated every November 29 to December 6. Sinocuan Festival is highlighting the cultural diversity of Pampanga and the week-long Pampanga Foundation Day. Next. Philippine Hot Air Balloon Festival. It is held annually in Omni Aviation Complex inside Clark Freeport Zone. It features multicolored hot air balloons from around the globe. It is the biggest aviation sport event in the Philippines. Philippine Hot Air Balloon Festival is held January to February. After 1 year pause due to pandemic, it was celebrated again last June 10 to 11. Next. Festivals in Tarlac. The first is Belenisimo Festival. Tarlac, known as the Belen capital of the Philippines, hosts the annual Belenisimo sa Tarlac. It is a Belen making contest which is participated by establishments and residents in Tarlac. Belenisimo Festival started in 2007 and celebrated every November. Next. The last one is the Malatarlac Festival. Takes its name from a variety of grass that is native to the Luzon area. The plant is celebrated with sumptuous pageantry that's characterized by school children dressed in grass-inspired costumes who dance to the beat of traditional music. The Rice Cake Festival falls on the same day. The Malatarlac Festival celebrated every January. In 2011, the city mayors changed the name of the festival to Melting Pot Festival, but, is, but it is still remembered by its former name.
Next is the festivals in Bataan. First one is the Banga Festival. It is said that the name Balanga was derived from a kind of pot. The cooking pot is made of special clay and is locally known as Banga. To commemorate this humble beginning of the now progressive city, the Banga Festival is being celebrated. So this event is celebrated for a week long in the city of Balanga City, Bataan, where the city was named after the clay pot Banga. It is a pot used for cooking or fetching water. This event is celebrated to commemorate the humble beginning of a now progressive city. The next one is Pawikan Festival. Montemar Beach Club Incorporated, a privately owned beach resort in the town of Bagac, also celebrates the Pawikan Festival yearly. This is part of the corporation's thrust to conserve and protect these endangered animals, which are also present in the coast and pristine beaches of Bagac. These two Pawikan projects clearly showcase the efforts and importance of marine turtle conservation in the whole province of Bataan, how private commercial establishments do it in Bagac, and volunteerism of the community in the Morong Pawikan Center. So this festival is celebrated to actually pay tribute for the significance and importance of endangered sea turtles or pawikan for us to learn to preserve them and know their worth. And this festival is held usually on the end of November up to the beginning of December in Morong, Bataan. But the whole celebration gathered the attention of the whole Bataan. So it is basically an annual celebration of the endangered pawikan or sea turtles. The next one is the festival in Aurora, the Coco Sabutan Festival. It is located at the town of San Luis, province of Aurora. So basically, they are celebrating this festival to actually show the highlights of growing palm trees, which is locally known as Sabutan, as the community's economic well-being because they believe that it helps networks financial prosperity. It is also celebrated to pay tribute to the patron saint of Valer Aurora, San Luis Obispo, and in recognition of an awesome chairman, President Manuel Luis Quezon. The next one is the famous Suman Festival. So the Aurora Foundation Day is actually held every February 14 to 19, almost a week celebration. The celebration of the Aurora Foundation Day is also called as Karansa. There is also a street dancing competition called Paatag. So Aurora were celebrating the Suman Festival at the last day of week foundation, which is every February 19. They have this unique style of celebrating the Suman Festival. As we all know, Suman is the sweet, sticky native rice cake. During the festivity, the main streets and houses of Baler are decorated with suman. It includes parades of floats, trade exhibits, and fairs, and competitions, and many more. It is celebrated for the foundation of the province of Aurora, which is celebrated on the very day of the birth of late Lady Aurora Quezon. The dish is believed to be a symbol of prosperity, so the residents of Aurora province give credit to the dessert at some of the local festivals.
Next is festivals in Zambales. Sibit-Sibit Festival. The name of the Sibit-Sibit Summer Festival comes from the little paddle boats that used to be the main source of income for the locals, who were primarily fishermen. Originally, a race between competitors on the aforementioned boats served as the festival's main event. But now, in addition to full-blown march and motorized and sailboat competitions, the festival has developed a volleyball match and a sand sculpture contest with a boat motif are two more activities that take place off the water. Next. Next is the festival, the Inapuan Bato. Inapuan Bato feast day is observed in Batolan on January 24. Locals credit a number of miracles to Inapuan Bato, also known as Nuestra Suera de la Paz of Zambales, Apo. Apo Apang, and the miraculous lady of the Itias for her intersection is also claimed that the image arrival was miraculous since Price, who had no idea how it got to the tribe of Itias who lived there, discovered it. Among them, numerous pilgrims come to the town each year to pray and seek the intersection of Inapoan, but who was a large following.
So here are the questions that we prepared for everyone. And that's it for our reporting about Region 3 Central Luzon. I am Roslyn Francisco.
I am Patricia Antorino.
And I am Nicole Caritan.
And I am Junelia Calooy.
Thank you for listening, everyone. Have a nice day.